I first started, I thought if I could ride till I was 35, I said that would be great. You've had a good career, you know, probably 20 years. That would be good. That came and went, and then I got another 10 years. And that came and went. I said, if I could ride till I'm 50, man, that'd be awesome. Well, that came and went. And then now here I am, 60 years old, still doing it. I'm gonna ride this train till it throw me off. Cut him loose a little bit. He moved pretty well.
Yeah, he's pretty quick, this horse.
Ready? Yeah. Not fun.
We've had a lot of good jockeys come through this racetrack, but the undisputed king is Perry Dwayne Outz. He's been riding here for 42 years, and he just keeps going and going and going. Once you talk to him, you're going to hear, I just love winning races. That's his biggest love of his life outside of his wife, Tony.
He always said he loves to win races, and he don't go to the jogs room just to sit there. He wants to ride a lot, and so you have more shots to win.
This man, the next one.
That's what he gets up every day to do, and he comes and does his job. You can set your clock by him.
And you can just see him kind of strutting around from barn to barn. He's the man in black.
I mean, he wants to win in the morning. He gets beat in a workout, he don't like it. So he wants to win. And I think that's what kept him going so much, you know.
Just look at the back of your program, and you'll see the guy with the most numbers listed for mounts during the day is going to be one 60-year-old Perry Outz.
I don't know how to explain it to people who's not on the track or anything, but you get such a rush when you win a horse race. And it don't matter if it's the cheapest one of the day or if it's 200,000. You get that same rush every single time. I was born in a little town called Rivervale, Arkansas. I always liked horses ever since I was a little kid. I had some cousins that were into the racetrack. A couple of them were jockeys, and that's how I got started. 7 days after I graduated from high school, they called me and asked me if I wanted to go to Chicago to learn how to be a jockey. 17 years old, first time away from home on my own. So I was just in awe. W.J. Danner, the guy that started me out, and T.R. Hahn, Doug Hahn, I've known them 42 years since the first day I started riding.
He was quiet, polite, green, wanted to learn, he wanted to win.
Me, him, and my brother, we worked horses together. He had to muck stalls early in the morning. He had to come back after he got done riding, cool horses out, feed horses, brush horses. He come up the right way.
Been with TR since the day I started riding.
Honest, hardworking, hard to find nowadays.
I knew I would start riding someday, but I just didn't really know when, didn't have a time frame or nothing. I was just enjoying it because I couldn't believe they were paying me for riding horses, you know.
Perry is the 12th leading rider in history of racing.
I'd say the shelf life on most riders is 10 to 15 years maybe. So to do what he's done is pretty incredible.
Perry has won 30 riding titles. That's not too bad since he's only been riding for 42 years.
First 2 or 3 years that I rode, I tell you, I couldn't even spell racehorse. And I was winning races left and right. But like I said, I really didn't know what I was doing. I didn't feel like I caught on until about the third year.
His first winter, horse called Blue.
I don't really remember much about the first win because it was so long ago, but I do remember crossing the finish line. And it was like a dream sequence, you know, like everything slowed down, like really slow when I crossed the finish line. And I said, I can't believe I just win. I don't even think they even made a big deal out of my first 1,000. First one I can remember was when I won my 2,000th race. And it was for Doug Hahn, do that. He was a trainer back then.
I say it's close to 48,000 races he's rode. From Riverdale, Arkansas, he come a long ways.
When I win my 2,000, they made a big deal, and then 3, 4, 5, and 6. They made a pretty good deal out of that.
Harry Outz, just the 17th rider in history to win 6,000 races.
In addition to his number of victories, which will soon place him as the 11th leading rider ever in the history of racing, he's been on over 47,000 mounts. I mean, what have you done in your life 47,000 times besides maybe blink or smile?
If he'd wanted to, he could have probably rode any racetrack in the country. He's as good as there is out there.
Right here, he started off, bam, winning races. And it's hard to leave that.
Never had no doubt in my ability. I could ride with them guys. I like being a big fish in a little pond.
Hey, Tony, Perry said get the white horse. She's tacking up right now.
Get up in the morning, about 5:30, come to the track.
Okay, good.
Well, you have to go around and work your horses that you're going to be riding in the next day or two. See all your trainers every day.
You'll be out Monday, won't you? Okay, we'll work that little race call. Okay.
He's out here in the morning, he's getting on horses, he's working horses. It's not like he rides and he sits at home like a lot of other jockeys and he'll come out in the morning and work.
If you don't do the morning work, sooner or later you're not going to have afternoon work. And that's why so many young people nowadays, they don't understand that. As soon as you quit winning, they'll forget your name.
It's hard to find nowadays young riders that do what Perry done. That's why he won a lot of races.
Didn't have anything to work, so I went down and got Tony's white horse. I figured that would make a really good picture.
Like what?
He did. He made me look so good. His old head bowed like this, and he was really in the bridle.
Yeah.
He'll work like 8 horses in the morning, then ride every race in the afternoon, and he's tough as nails.
Just when I start down the lane, he just goes. Grab and that bridle.
Maybe try Houghton on him next time.
I would.
Looks like he's getting pretty fit quickly. All right, thank you, Perry. Okay.
As hard as he has to work in the mornings, he'll go back and help his wife muck stalls, clean off horses, just with the chores that she has to do around the barn.
You can just throw it on the head.
I help her muck stalls once in a while, help her come back and feed in the afternoons, and just try to help her whenever I can, try to take some of the load off for her.
This is how me and Perry met. Me being back here. I used to walk hots, and he would be with WJ Danner on the other side of the barn, and I would walk around. And that's how we met.
I just asked her out for a date one day. She didn't know me from Adam and Eve.
I told somebody, I go, Perry, you asked me out. And they go, oh, go for it. 30 years of marriage on the racetrack, I think what helped that I'm right back here with him. With us having this in common, just, made us closer.
She loves the horses. I mean, she treats them like they're her babies. I mean, these horses need care every single day. I've seen her go 9 months at a time without having a day off.
Checking with you. I think with me doing this grooming, I think it gave him a respect for grooms back here. A lot of riders, they don't realize what a groom really does. And I think it opened his eyes of how hard we work back here and how much care these animals get. Peppermints.
It ain't always in life that you can find somebody that you can get along with that well. So, I mean, like I said, I want to keep her. So I do everything I can, try to help her. Like I said, she's a keeper.
Alrighty, I'll see you later.
You know, Outz, he takes care of himself. He don't never gripe about much. You know, he's pretty quiet.
He can be a motivation for you. He's healthy, he's happy, he's fit, he's able to do what he does, and does it at a quality level.
That's all I do is work. So that's all I've done for 42 years. Just never take downtime. We don't have seasons like, you know, other sports do.
Thank you.
It goes year round. I mean, there's pretty much racing every single day.
I love it when he rides for me because I don't worry about nothing. I know he gives it 110%.
She likes it when Perry rides one of her horses, and sometimes he doesn't, sometimes he beats him. That doesn't make Tony very happy.
Really starts making a move, I do scream. So you might want to hold your ears.
The whole idea about this job is to ride the best horse you can in every race. I will take off one of my wife's horses once in a while, but I don't like to because she takes it hard. She takes it very personal.
Perry goes to right hand, stick and switches to the left. Beat you in the middle.
When Perry's on one of the horses I take care of, I love it.
As a straight away for the stretch drive.
All-time winningest rider he did on one of mine that I took care of, and that was a thrill. A lot of times, yeah, he ends up beating my horse, but that's okay. It's a win-win situation for me.
I've been here for 42 years, so I didn't advance much. But I've always been comfortable around here, won a lot of races. Met my wife here, so, you know, it was meant to be.
Right here, he started off, bam, started winning races. And it's hard to leave that.
I've had a lot of different riders that I represented, but they come and go. And he's from this area, and he's a family man. He had opportunities to go to larger tracks on a better circuit. Traveled around, but I didn't enjoy it that much. You know, I guess I'm a homebody. I like being at home.
Come on in there, young man.
If he'd wanted to, he could have probably rode any racetrack in the country. He's as good as there is out there.
He could have gone to Chicago, he could have gone to New York, he could have gone to Miami, and he would have been a leading rider in any of those places. But Perry just chose to stay in this area with the people he's familiar with the people that he wins races for. They're loyal to him, and he's loyal to them.
She made lead easy and give up. I mean, flat quit. I mean, just quit.
I just didn't know anything about her yet.
I didn't either. I have no regrets for not going to the big races or anything. I never had no doubt in my ability. I could ride with them guys. I like being a big fish in a little pond. If you go to the big pond, you're allowed to get eaten by the sharks.
He's had a few accidents. I think he's just tough.
I had gotten hurt, but it was off for 11 months, I think. The doctor told me I would never ride again.
He's going to go with all he's got. Instead of riding scared, he's going to go.
Don't really have much time off. Me and my brother, he has a bike pretty much just like this one here. We always get together every year, take a trip. We usually go down to Smoky Mountains for about 3 days. I've been doing it about 15 years. When you're riding a bike, you don't really think about the pressures of life. You just kind of go out there and enjoy the wind in your face. It's really relaxing. The only hobbies that I have is this.
One of the most amazing stories to talk about Perry's toughness, and he's had his fair share of injuries. He was leaving here after a morning workout one time. Luckily, he had his black leather chaps and helmet on.
Minding my own business in the middle lane. Guy come up from behind me, got right beside me, like that, knocked me right off the bike. After I finally stopped, I get up and I go over and looked at my bike, and it trashed. I mean, it totaled it. First thing I did, I called my wife and told her that I'd had a wreck. And I was okay. I said, don't worry about it in case somebody sees me standing on the side of the road, And I called my agent and told him to come and get me. Drove me home, and I got my truck, turned around, went back to work. Rode 9 that day and won the first 2. I mean, it was a good day.
I'll tell you what, he's tougher than a nickel steak.
He's had a few accidents. I think he's just tough. He comes back, bounces back.
I'd gotten hurt the year before, and I was off for 11 months, I think. I broke my arm, broke my back. That's the longest I'd ever been away from the races in all the years that I rode. Doctor told me I would never ride again. He said, your jockeying days are done. And I proved him wrong, because I've been riding 10 years since then, went over 1,500 races, so I was right, he was wrong.
Perry had gone down in an accident and broke his collarbone. They took him up there, duct taped his shoulder, put the whip in the other hand, got him up on the horse.
I said, Perry, you're better with one arm than most jockeys in with 2. Just come on and ride the horse. He did, and we won the race, so it was fine.
I've had probably over 40 broken bones in my career. Plates, my arm, leg, around my eye, my jaw. I broke about every bone that I've got.
Doctor told me I'd be on pain pills for the rest of my life, and I proved him wrong on that, too.
He's going to go with all he's got. Instead of riding scared, he's going to go.
I've got no regrets because I knew the risk going in. And you do what you love to do, so you accept it.
He grew up with Early Fires, who is known as one of the best jockeys ever.
16 more wins past my cousin, Early Fires. And he's a really good rider. He's in the Hall of Fame. He won lots of races. Born and raised the same little town down in Arkansas. He was one of the guys instrumental in teaching me how to ride.
So all he really wanted was to get his cousin Early Fires, take his spot away.
Like I said, I'm going to call him up, tell him they can take down the sign, because now I'm the winningest rider in Roosevelt, Arkansas. They always say that average career of a jockey, if they do really well, is 20 years. So I stretched it 42 years, so I'm way beyond the average. Like I said, I'm riding on borrowed time. So, I feel very blessed to have such a long career.
As long as he's happy and things are going good, I say go for it. Tell you the truth, it worries me when it does come to an end. I just don't know how he'll handle it, because that's how much he loves it.
My mom and dad always told me you can't teach class. Perry's definitely one word to describe that.
I want to try to get to 7,000 before I call it a career. There's only 2 other jockeys in history that's ever rode more horses than I have. Russell Bays has rode over 50,000. Lafitte Pincay, he rode over 48,000. So I'll pass him before I'm done. But I don't think I'll ever catch Russell Bays. He's the only guy I know that likes to ride more than I do.
He's 60 years old and performing a death-defying act 7 times a day if he can, and he's still going.
Almost up to 11th right now, so now my next goal is to get to 10th. Be the 10th leading rider of all time. And after that, 7,000. And if I can still go, then I'll try to move up the ladder a little bit more, you know. Just go as far as I can. You know, I'm going to ride this train till they throw me off.